Hi, welcome to Politics with Gen Z. My name is Quintarius Oliver, and this is Politics with Gen Z. Sad news was released today that Rudy Giuliani was hospitalized from COVID 19 after testing positive. Our thoughts and prayers go out to him, and this is a message for anybody that doesn't believe the virus is real. The president's own lawyer is in the hospital from COVID 19, so please mask up and social distance and take it very serious. Tonight, the Georgia Senate debate is trending, not because any of the policies that the senator and the candidate wants to put in place. It's trending because Kelly Loeffler repeated radical liberal so much that it seemed like a Saturday Night Live skit.
More lies from radical liberal Raphael Warnock.
And it even had people questioning whether or not she was a robot because she said radical liberal so much. That if you were in a shots game on if she said the word so much that you would get so drunk that somebody would have to carry you out because she said radical liberal almost, I want to say she said it almost a million times. She repeated it so much that I don't even remember anything she said other than radical liberal. Aside from that, Raphael Warnock tried to create the illusion that he represents the common people of Georgia. He represents the normal people of Georgia. And he also tried to put it out there that Kelly Loeffler is a millionaire that doesn't care about anybody but herself. I think he pushed the narrative, and I think it kind of worked because Kelly Loeffler is the richest person in Congress right now. And he also stated that when asked should people get $600 in unemployment, she said no, which is also pushing that narrative that she's not like you and me. I think it worked, but the question is, did it work for the voters in Georgia? If you are in Georgia and you need to register to vote, tomorrow, December 7th is the last day. Go to iwillvote.com to register to vote. And another question that Kelly Loeffler dodged was, would you bar Congress members from trading stocks like her and David Perdue participate in? They didn't say her and David Perdue, but her and David Perdue do participate in trading stocks. She dodged that question faster than a person that's dodging a bullet. She went straight for the radical liberal Raphael. Yeah. And what's most insane for me is she calls him a radical liberal. And in January 2020, she was at this radical liberal church attending his service. So what does this say about Kelly Loeffler? She's only there to get the Trump base riled up and to vote for her. When asked whether or not she support President Trump's election fraud claims and calling Georgia's Governor Brian Kemp hapless, a nut job, she said, I'm only thinking about Georgia. I don't know if somebody was typing in her brain what to say, and it was just very robotic to watch. It was like almost like seriously, a Saturday Night Live skit. So when you see the clip from Saturday Night Live, don't be surprised. I also want to go to another Georgia Senate candidate, Jon Ossoff. Today he did a Instagram live video with Portia Williams, Hosea Williams' granddaughter. Hosea Williams is a civil rights leader. well, was the civil rights leader. He passed. And during the live, they were talking about the discrepancies between a black woman, basically black women health rates and white women's, and the infant mortality rate in Georgia alone is as high as if they're in Iraq. Iraq and Georgia almost have the same infant mortality rates. If you don't know what mortality means, death rates. Iraq is almost a third world country. Why is Georgia failing black women in particular? And the only thing I can say is Sean Ossoff's wife is OBGYN. And she wants to help fix those issues. He wants to help fix those issues. And nobody asked him to say that. He went out of his way to speak on that. So that is why I support him. And not only that, David Perdue in his stock situation just threw me all the way off. Like, I'm trying to be biased with Kelly and Raphael, but I cannot be biased with David and Jon Ossoff. David Perdue, I don't know. All I gotta say is David Perdue, figure out how to say Kamala Harris' name. Let's do that.
Kamala, I don't know. What?
Also, President Trump had a rally on Saturday night in Georgia for the Senate runoff race, which was it was a waste of time for him to come. It's basically him repeating everything he says on Twitter, but he did kind of encourage people to go vote, which was essential for them because a lot of his own friends were telling people in Georgia, write his name in, don't vote for Kelly and David because they haven't fought for Trump hard enough. And my question is that how he really feels himself? Because you would not let your friends do that to the Republican Party, being a Republican. And I still don't think the guy is a Republican. President-elect Biden has started picking cabinet picks, and a lot of people are not satisfied with the people that he's picking. Not because they're not qualified, because he's not picking enough people of color. And some people are even rallying saying that you should pick the people that voted for you, not the actual people, but the groups of people that voted for you. Pick the Native Americans, pick the black women, pick the Hispanics. I'm not sure if that's what he's going to do. I'm going to just reinstate what Kamala Harris said during the interview with Jay Tapper. They're not finished picking cabinet positions. That's all I got to say on that. 282,000 people have died from COVID now. They're dying 2,000 people a day now. Guys, please put a freaking mask on. Social distance. Please. Nobody's asking you to stop interacting with people. Just stay in the house. We're asking you to do the basic steps. Put a mask on. Social distance. Nobody wants to do that. President-elect Biden said the first 100 days he's in office, he's going to ask voluntarily for people to wear masks. And some people are questioning, what is they going to do? We've been wearing masks. Actually, some states are not mandating masks. The state of South Dakota, who's now raging with coronavirus cases, they still, since the pandemic started, haven't mandated masks. So that begs the question, does the South Dakota governor cares about the people of South Dakota? Or does she want to kiss President Trump's butt? Some of these people are going to try to run for a Republican nominee for presidential race in 2024. So they're trying to please President Trump's base. That's what they're trying to do. And there's been talk of a stimulus package. at least until President-elect Biden gets into office. And I think the package is okay. The only thing that really bothers me is they're giving $300 to people that's on unemployment, and the rest of the money goes to states and local officials, which is cool. It's just, what about the working people that's not on unemployment? What do we get? I think them doing it is going to cause people to tell their bosses, oh, I can't work. I need to be furloughed. Oh, you need to furlough somebody. Furlough me. Just so they can go get the unemployment. Because people on unemployment are making more money than some people that's actually working. How does that make sense? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. And speaking of one of President-elect Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris picks, one of their picks for senior advisors is Simone Sanders. This book is by her. No, You Shut Up, Speaking Truth to Power and Reclaiming America. This is a good book. This is not an ad. I'm telling you, based off experience of me reading the book, it's a good book. So if you have the opportunity to purchase it, go purchase the book. And thank you so much for staying tuned all the way through the video. My name is Quintarius Oliver, and this is Politics with Gen Z.